Well, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in again. Hey, everybody.
How's
Hello.
it going? How's it going? Nice to see you guys.
Welcome back
Hello,
to
hello,
Five
people.
Times Richard. Hopefully you're tuning in. We still just here talking to family, having a good time. How's everybody doing?
Good, good.
Feeling
Doing
good.
all right.
Doing all right.
All
The
right.
weather's breaking. Kind of happy about that.
Sun is rising earlier, setting later.
Yes.
Feeling good.
More light. Nice.
Summertime is
I'm
on its way.
outside, so feels
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I like your
Yeah.
balcony view, D.
Mm, thank you.
Yeah, that is
I
nice.
don't know if I can flip it.
Yeah. Well, you're in Austin, so your weather is always nice.
Nice
Nice.
greenery.
That one dude is gonna
Mhm.
reverse track you and find your exact location.
Right.
You ain't even
We'll say no.
Yeah.
Well, on today's episode, I had a different idea in mind. I want to read a story to you guys, and it's something I think I was I watching a podcast? How did I come across this? I was looking up mindfulness. I wanted some mindfulness while I was driving on the road, so I didn't want anything that was going to put me to sleep, and I just kind of wanted something different. And this popped up and it came on and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I want to read it to you and get your take. This is your first time hearing it. It's called The Chinese Farmer Story. Anybody ever heard of that? Raymond, you
Mm-mm.
might have. You've been around the block, so you might have. You
ah,
World War II. I'm just kidding.
is that yes or no? Now I want to know. It's called the African proverb story. If it's similar, I think so. But go ahead.
okay, it's The Chinese Farmer Story by Alan Watts. So I'm going to read you a story. Here we go. Once upon a time, there was a Chinese farmer whose horse ran away. That evening, all of his neighbors came around to commiserate. They said, "We are so sorry to hear your horse has run away." "This is most unfortunate," the farmer said. "Maybe." The next day, the horse came back bringing seven wild horses with it. And in the evening, everybody came back and said, "Oh, isn't that lucky? What a great turn of events. You now have eight horses." The farmer again said, "Maybe." The following day, his son tried to break one of the horses in while he was riding it, and he was thrown back and broke his leg. The neighbor then said, "Oh dear, that's too bad." And the farmer responded, "Maybe." The next day, the conscription officers came around to conscript people into the army, and they rejected his son because he had a broken leg. Again, all the neighbors came around and said, "Isn't that great?" And again, the farmer said, "Maybe." The whole process of nature is an integrated process of immense complexity, and it's really impossible to tell whether anything that happens in it is good or bad, because you never know what will be the consequence of the misfortune, or you never know what will be the consequence of the good fortune. So, yeah,
Mm.
I heard the
Yeah, I
story and I
never
was
heard that one before.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
just
nice.
feel like I don't know. I feel like I heard it look like something similar. I feel like when you start reading, I was like, wait, but I don't know if I heard it exactly. I feel like I don't know, something about it sounded
ring a
familiar.
bell.
Hmm.
I never heard it, but when he was reading it, because again, I was in the car driving, I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna get some mindfulness. And he was reading it, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, so I didn't get the part where he kept saying maybe. I'm like, okay, so I'm just thinking, oh, okay, so finally he's gonna be like, yeah, that is good. But every answer was maybe, maybe, maybe. And that's when it
Mhm.
started downing in, like, oh dang, that is true. You never know. Because yeah, you might have thought it was bad that he broke his leg, but it actually kept him from having to go to the army. Or you might have thought it was bad that the horse ran away, but he came back with eight more horses. And that's what caused
Mhm.
his son to break a leg, and he didn't have to go to the army. So, like, you never know what's gonna be good or bad. And I started thinking, like, yeah, the answer to everything should just be maybe. Like, I
Mhm.
interpret it like, hey, take the good with the bad. So, even if something bad happened, it might actually be for your good. If
And it
something
sound
good
it sounds
happened,
like a everything happens for a reason type of thing. Like
yeah,
Yeah,
it sounds like that.
Yeah,
yeah,
No,
for
that's real
sure.
cool. I think
definitely.
I
that,
That's
never heard that before.
nice.
That was nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
like that.
good to I think it's good to have that mindset, but of course you gotta look at the other side of things too. Like, okay, always just think maybe because you don't know how it goes. But then also if you don't, it sounds like I said, it's like you never know what happens. Everything happens for a reason, but also, you don't set your expectations. Don't set expectations, not too high, not too low. But then that can turn into like an imposter syndrome, like where you just don't give yourself any type of praise too. Because if people just be like, well, maybe, like, oh, you just got a promotion, come on, and they're like, well, I mean, it could be good or bad. So it can turn into that too, though. On the other side, like, well, but you still should celebrate yourself and like accept your blessings, praise God for what you did. Don't always just be like, I mean, it could be good or bad. But I see also on the other side, it's like, but also you don't know. I mean, God has the plan. You just go with it. Like it's out of your hands now at this point.
That's
I
true.
think
Also
at
don't
each
get in there.
age too, as you mature, you may see it a different way as
Mm-hmm.
well. So that's the great thing about wisdom. So I get what you're saying too, Bree, because when I was listening to it, I was thinking like how you were thinking. But then as the story started developing, it was like, okay, yeah, your son didn't get to go, so you were like, oh, okay, that's a good thing. But at the same time, somebody may look at it like every young man should go put his life on the line for his country. So a patriot may look at it different. But if you ain't losing your kid, it's not a blessing to you
Yeah.
or problem. Either or.
I kind of see it
Yeah.
too, like the scripture, all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and are called by his promise. So I feel like, everything, no matter what, if it's a maybe, it's still going to work out for the good. So the biblical side of it kind of feels like that side of it. And
Mhm.
then again, I feel like you said, like you really don't set yourself up for disappointment if it's a maybe. And
Yeah.
disappointments can be hard. Disappointments come a long way. So because sometimes disappointments will keep you from achieving your goal because you get disappointed and you're like, okay, I ain't gonna do it. But if it's just like, well, maybe that was meant to be, maybe it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, everything happens for a reason. What do you guys think, boys? Men?
Man,
He's sick. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that I like that mentality of kind of just not really going with the flow, but just accepting things for what they are. Because you really can't control a whole lot of things. So I think it is advantageous to have that perspective. Like, hey, it is what hey, it could be good, it could be bad. But I also agree with Bree. I think you do gotta celebrate your victories. Because that's all life is just ups and downs. So
ebbs and
if you
flows.
yeah, yeah. So you better enjoy them victories. Because
Yeah.
boy, the
Literally.
Them
flip
failures make them
side,
victories more sweet.
right?
Yeah, I
It
think that
is.
too. I think it's a process. Like as you're going through the process, like if it's your first time going through the failures, you probably don't see that. So it'll probably take somebody to tell you, hey, this is just part of the process, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I feel like at the very lowest level, at least if you're operating off of maybe like, okay, maybe this, your blood pressure, you can control because you got highs and lows, right? Like if it's like, shoot, that didn't happen. I was supposed to do that or whatever. And then, now you're
Excuse me.
all upset and blood pressure high and, you got an attitude and everything else where you can just be like, all right, well, you know what? That didn't fall through. Maybe it wasn't supposed to. Or
Yeah.
that did happen, but maybe, it could go either way.
Yeah.
What you think, Luigi?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I've got some stuff going on on the side. But um no, I thought it was interesting, yeah. Because that maybe approach, just like Bree said, I think it does take away from the victory, so it is important to find that balance between when you should take a victory and when you should just stay neutral. Because I play tennis and it's there's definitely some moments where it's like I don't know if I should get too excited about it because then I might loosen up on practice if I'm too excited. If I take a victory too big versus taking it neutral, I'm like, okay, maybe. Like if I'm hitting really good at practice, like maybe I was hitting okay at practice, but I could like I don't know, it's hard to word it, but just basically not giving myself too much slack because I think I can in my own personal life say that I've like if something goes right, I might slack off more, like go 90% versus going 100. But yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Get complacent.
Yeah.
Win too
Yeah,
much.
yeah. But I think taking victories has been important too. Definitely feel better now.
Yeah, for sure. I
Something
can.
to throw out alongside that one is why is this happening for me? Is something I got from a motivational speaker. I sent him to dad, had him make a personal video for him too. But the dude basically came in and said, instead of saying, why is this happening to me, you should say, why is this happening for me?
Yeah,
Mm.
I can see that. That's kind of parallel with goes along with this, or another good mindset to adopt.
Our coach used to say
Yeah,
that all the time at practice. We would be like, "Oh, we gotta do this," and he was like, "You get to do that. Change your mindset. Like, oh, I gotta go do a repeat 200. You get to. Some people don't have legs. Some people don't have lungs to breathe. Like, wow, okay, boom. Let
yeah,
me just put it in perspective. I get to do that. You're right. And a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
times people put themselves in the situations and they get tired. And one time it was a blessing, something to pray for. I want this job. I want this job. You get the job, and it's like, oh, I gotta go to work. Like that was your blessing. That was what you were praying for. Like this is what you wanted. And now it's like, so I mean, that's a different, but that's just like going off on a different tangent, but like still that mindset of like, I mean, yeah, just accepting things where it's like, nah, you get to
Yeah.
do that. Change your mindset type.
Yeah.
Same idea of change your mindset when it comes to like that story. Change your mindset.
I think that's when the wisdom come in, and now you know, like when I'm hearing the story, he probably said that because he was older, and he was saying maybe because before maybe he did go through that at an earlier age where he was, like you said, setting himself up for failure when he went overboard. But now it's like you at the wisdom now. Like Raymond is this his second year in college, and the wisdom that he has for being second year is totally different from first year. Like you already out of
Mhm.
college, Brianna, and you got a different wisdom. Devin is already out. So somebody coming in, they may be go, 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 go. You know,
And also with emotion, because you read a book too about emotions, right? Didn't you write it like because your emotions can take you on trips if
All
you
over the
think about it
place.
too much. Like you get worked up about these horses, and it's like control your emotions.
hmm Overthinking, something about overthinking. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, are you talking about the one book with
Yeah,
the
A
examples that you
thought
gave
versus
me? Yeah,
a
like
a thought
overthinking being
versus
your
thinking.
downfall.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Like
different book.
like
Okay.
thoughts are gonna come no matter
Oh
what, but if
wow.
you are thinking and you fixate on it, that's when your thinking is the root cause of your suffering because you're fixated on it. You just keep thinking and thinking. Thoughts are gonna come and go. So if you can change your mindset to, okay, I'm thinking about it. That's why I'm feeling like this because I'm fixated on thinking about it. So yeah, I can't think of the name of the book, but that's a good one
Pretty
too.
sure that's it.
I thought
Overthinking
that
something is something. And when, remember when you were saying comes with wisdom, that's another thing, because I know like sometimes when you're younger and you see someone else have something and you're like, man, well, why didn't I win? Or, why did they get to win the tennis match or the track meet or the tennis? You played tennis as well, D, or the
Mhm.
baseball, whatever. Why did they get to do it and we didn't get to do it? And it was always like, well, what's for them is for them, what's for you is for you. You can't have theirs, they
Mhm.
can't have yours. So that's a
Right.
mindset, but you don't really adopt that until you get older. When you're younger, it's still like, but no, but I wanted to win. But you can
mm,
try to, okay, what's for them is for them, what's for me is for me. Not gonna worry about it. And that's kind of along the same, like maybe, okay, maybe I didn't win. Hey, it's for a reason. Maybe
right.
I did win for a reason. So
Don't believe everything you think.
yes,
That's the name of the book.
yes.
ah,
Thank you.
but
Who's it written by? So I
Check
can
my
make sure I get it.
drawers.
Who's the author?
Uh, let me
Give
see.
credit where it's due.
Dang, I don't know. I'm
Oh,
trying to find. Oh, Joseph Gwynn.
there you go. Yeah, that's a good book. But cool. So I kind of just want to start with that and just kind of, just a thought starter, make you start thinking about things. On today's episode, we're going to go through goals. So we're going to be talking about goals and challenges of achieving goals and things like that. So it kind of lines up with that story because sometimes you do shoot for some goals and you shoot for the star for the moon, but you land up in the stars, or sometimes you hit the moon. It's all over the board. And I think goals are very subjective. Everyone has their own goals and how they want to go about achieving them. So I did kind of think of some questions that kind of get us started. One, what's the silliest goal you've ever set for yourself, and did you stick with it?
Uh,
feel like this got to be a D question.
Daily. Nah, I wanted
You call it
to
side quest.
right. Uh I had a Terry Crews goal for a minute. One that Terry Crews built
Oh,
by
wow.
summer.
by the summer, you're just gonna get built like
Dang.
that. So that's a weight room in the weight
And
room.
everything.
Right. I said had, but it's has. I got 21 days.
Oh, dang.
Oh, you're in the middle of this goal.
Right.
Oh,
right.
this is current. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You found out what it had to
Silly.
take.
Silly goal is right
Get
now.
some
Silly
creatine.
goals
Let's get
right
some
now.
steroids. Let's get some trend. Like
Right.
You
Everything.
can do it, baby.
swirl it.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Hercules. Okay. Anybody else have any silly goals
21
that
days.
I'm trying to think?
I feel like I went through my papers not too long ago. I mean, I have a book of goals right here. I just pulled it out to remember, but I feel like a little minute ago, I made a goal that was just so easily attainable, like just like finish school or something like. Because when I was almost done, like finish school, like you gotta make them
Duh.
small. It was something super small, like, and it was just silly because it's like you already know you about to attain that, just so I could check it off. Like, all right, cool. I
that's a
made a
big one.
goal.
Motivation.
Right, but
Yeah.
it's like I just wanted to have something to check off, but I can't even. I see in my notes here I wanted whenever I wrote this, I don't know, 2020. Okay, have a dog in 5 years. Ain't got one. I said 5 years.
Somebody does.
It's not
That
up.
man has a
Somebody, I was gonna
dog.
say it diverted.
Maybe you're
Right.
making
Maybe,
for
That man
somebody
ended up
else.
with a dog.
Maybe, possibly,
Manifest.
possibly. Hypothetically.
Oh, I found one. It says a ticket to the Met Gala with Michael B. Jordan.
Stop it.
That's
Sick.
literally written down verbatim in 20 plus years. That's my goal. It says in 20 years. This was made in
20
2020.
years.
20 years.
Yes, I got it till 2040.
Wow.
Dang.
So all you gotta do is meet him,
Right.
convince him to take you to the Met Gala,
Check.
get a ticket to the Met Gala.
2 steps.
Get an outfit. Get your hair done.
Right.
Nails done.
That's it. That's all.
That's it.
Simple.
Sounds achievable.
Yeah.
In the dream world.
I can. Like, what?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Whoa,
You never know.
baby.
Maybe. Right.
Yeah.
But that does bring up a good point. Like for you guys, what gets you most excited? Like creating the goal, achieving the goal, or
Yeah.
telling people that you achieved the goal? Like which part of it is like, all right.
She got me looking through mine. I'm
Yeah.
I think-
silly.
thinking about
I
it
think
and
creating it.
creating it for me is where the endorphins probably go get the best. Then like Devin, when you got to wake up in the morning and do the thing, do.
Right.
different.
That's the least favorite part.
Mine's checking it
That's
off
not
because
my
thinking about it is hard for me because I like to make goals that are actually like attainable. I feel like I'm more like my mom on that side. And my dad can have a lot of ambitious goals, which is really good. But I like to like make them, okay, if I really want to say in a year I want to do this, I have to take my time to actually think like, what is actually realistic? What can I do for real based on the numbers, based on the resources, which I mean, I serve a mighty God. Anything can happen, yes. But I also, not saying, but however, I also like to think
Nothing but
what happens like realistically. So that's more pressure for me because I'm like, "Ugh." That's why I hold off for so long. I feel like I hold off writing goals for a little while. 'Cause I'm like, what's actually realistic? Like, can I really have 20 acres in a year? Like,
Right.
yes, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. But
I'm like you. I think creating it for me, achieving it is good, but then once I achieve it, it's like a feeling of, oh man, like I achieved it. So now I got to create another one. But the creating part is like, okay, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
How do I want to do it? And y'all know me, I'm like meticulous and I want to have a list. I'm okay. So this step, then step two, then step three. I'm like type A. So, but I have fun doing that. Like I like creating things. So I think creating the
Mm.
goal gives me the most satisfaction. Like, okay. Now I got them, I have it. I can look at them all proud, like, okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So tomorrow I do this, and then Tuesday I do this. It's yeah, step by step gets me excited. Achieving it is cool. Telling people I achieved it, I really don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if you know or not.
This is y'all. I don't really mind.
Oh, I
But
thought it
I
was
mind
sharing.
stuff.
I didn't know it was telling them that you achieved it. I was gonna say I like sharing my goals,
Sharing that you
but
achieved it.
Mm,
no, I was gonna
just
say
sharing the process.
I don't share that I achieved it really. I just like, yeah, showing the process off and trying to motivate people. Like you can ask Dad and D, we have a motivational group chat back when I was on my 5 a.m. wake up stuff. I'm trying to get back on it. But currently I'm at 6:30 because last week was 7 o'clock and that was iffy. I got up some days, but not all of them. Um, but yeah, I like sharing my goals with people and seeing if anybody else wants to do it with me. That's my favorite part, to be honest.
Yeah, I like that
But
too,
I
Ray.
think my friends would say that I do it too much though, because they're starting to tell me I need new friends that want to achieve. Oh no, I won't go too deep into that. I just be feeling like my goals aren't above average. They're anything that any average person can do. I don't think I'm special. And so I tell my friends that we could do it together.
So that's the thing about it too. But you have a special God, like Brianna said. So I'm like you, Ray. I like to motivate people because I like to see people achieve things. So if I see something in my wife, if I see something in my sons or my daughter, it's like, yo, I can see you doing this. So then when I see them accomplish it, it makes me happy. Um,
Yeah.
so like when I was looking at some of my silly goals, I wouldn't say
Mm.
silly, but still, it was like exercise, read every day, meditate, then meditate in
Those
the
are silly.
morning, meditation in the morning. And I have to be
Okay.
consistently about it. So
These are the silly goals.
He's just
it was
silly.
silly to me because it's like, do you really think you're gonna be able to do that
In the morning,
Oh,
for real,
okay.
in the
meditate, you going
morning?
right back to
Yeah,
bed.
meditate in the morning. I'm gonna go to sleep. Yeah,
Right.
that was silly. The two before it, though, I was like, huh? Work out and
Eat right.
eat healthy.
That's
Be a
silly.
That ain't
healthy
silly.
adult.
I didn't put eat.
That's
Silly.
That's
super
silly to
silly.
me because
Even
I'm gonna
that should
jump
be
from
my new
jungle.
goal.
I'm
That is
trying.
silly.
Even though
You
your
know,
mom got two, she got Brianna working out with her in the afternoon, and then me working out in the morning with her. So she kind of got what's
Man,
that? Accountability partners to go. Well,
because I
really,
just
I'm
put
using
my
you as
game
my
accountability is
up.
accountability
important.
partner.
You
Yeah.
mind, yeah.
I had to switch it up
Accountability
because my
partners are
treadmill
important.
broke. So now I'm in the process of trying to get a rhythm. What's gonna work now? I had to, like I always tell you, Ray, like, okay, now I gotta pivot. My treadmill broke. I'm in my pivoting stage, but I'm still trying to figure out what's actually going to work as well as it was working when I had my treadmill. Haven't found the magic key yet, but tossing some things around.
I know Ray told me a long time ago, and I'm getting back to it. So when you start talking about goals, is they say your why should make you cry. Like, what should make you get up in the morning and exercise? I know one day somebody on here or everybody on here gonna have some kids, so I want to be able to pick them up.
There we go. They're
I
right there.
want to be able to. I want to be able to, play with them. Maybe teach them how to play sports or whatnot. So that why right there pushes me. And last year it pushed me up when I was jogging every morning. That's what pushed me. Where a lot of mornings I was jogging, but now this year it ain't strong enough to push me. Like when we did the 5 a.m. wake up,
You
I
should have
did it at
trained for the
first because Ray
5K with me.
started. Huh?
You should have trained for the 5K with me. Got out there.
You
Trained
did.
for the 10K. We going down to Atlanta July 4th. Peachtree Run.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
running the whole time. But yeah, no, that's a good one.
You already know
Yeah,
in
the
your head you ain't
5'8"
running the
thing.
whole time, huh?
I'm with the cousins. We gonna have to chop it up and we got some talking and some bonding to do. We can't do that over running.
Funny.
Anybody set a goal because somebody else suggested it, or have you always set your own goals? Or have you like been persuaded into creating a goal?
I kind of got persuaded when I was listening to or like when you're listening to videos or you're reading books, they tell you economic goals. They kind of what's that called? Lead you a little bit. So they lead you.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
kind of a little bit like that. So yeah, I never just sat out and had a blank mind like, I'm gonna come up with this.
Yeah. But has anybody else had like, so not just from like something, some what is that called?
Got it.
Well,
Motivational.
Influence.
Yeah, yeah, like has a person in your
influential.
life, have you set a goal just because somebody said you should do this? So then you set that as one of your goals.
I'm
Maybe,
pretty
yeah. I mean,
self-motivated.
I feel like being a new grad,
Um,
fresh out of grad school, like very malleable. And people would be like, you need to get a job, start applying now because then, a lot of people are gonna be getting out of school and you're not gonna be, number one because everybody's graduating around this time and everybody's applying at the same time. So, you want to apply now while it's not all these hands reaching out. Can I get the job? So I feel like, yeah, new grad initially like earlier on in this year and like late last year, I was being influenced a lot. I'm like, okay, I should apply and I should do this and I should do that.
Okay.
I'm not
What
saying
about
good
you,
or
D?
bad.
Any goals that you set that have been somebody said you should do this and you said, okay, I'm gonna set as a goal?
Now that I can think off the top, um, yeah, no, I can't think of anything that people have. There's some people in particular that would like for me to go back to school. That's been a there's a few individuals
Now
that I
you
can
gave
think
yourself
of,
away.
but
So you've
yeah,
had some
haven't
nudges, just
some nudges, some nudges.
But
Yeah,
it
or
hasn't
maybe
been
some
written down in your
shoves.
goal book. It hasn't been written down in his goal book though.
right, right, not yet, not yet.
Not at
They
all.
nudge me too, D.
Right.
Especially Ray.
I did not. I don't
Yeah,
do
you did.
that.
You told
Come
me I should
on.
be a coach. I should go
I
back
didn't.
to
I'm not
school.
talking about. Yeah, but
Brianna,
you said back to
Yeah.
school. I tell you, you
Brianna
need to
too.
work out, be a healthy adult,
I
and
be
then you keep
saying
telling me
working
to
out.
play basketball and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, go coach. I mean, you didn't stop now though, so I won't say that. But I'm just like, go coach some other kids if you want to see somebody play basketball. Nobody. We didn't like basketball, man.
Hey, Devin, when you got on the campus, you played basketball on campus, didn't you?
Yeah, it's fun. I got fun.
I told you. Raymond,
I
he's
never
never
touched a
experienced it
basketball
just going out with
since.
his friends.
I have experienced it. What do you mean? Tristan loves basketball. He calls himself LeBron. And I've
Uh,
played
uh,
with Mauricio before
say
too.
who?
I'm talking about while you in college. Have you played?
Not with any of my people. I'd be too embarrassed to do that. It wouldn't even be fun because I'm trash.
Devin was
And
trash. Didn't you throw it
you
over the
know
belt?
that's my thing.
Devin, wasn't you trash your first couple days out? Didn't you throw it over the belt, the backboard?
I
Ooh,
don't know about throwing over the backboard, but I wasn't the
that's
best.
insane.
If it was trash, it's crazy.
I
That's your
think,
son.
hey,
You
Devin,
know.
Devin, the
You're
story I
trash.
remember, you tell me if it's true. You went to a predominantly Caucasian school too, and I
Right.
think they was all choosing partners, and then they just choose you off the rip because they thought you was good.
People
Oh,
would choose me based off my looks.
black and
And
can't hoop.
boy,
And
terrible decision. Like, yeah, yeah.
Terrible
Dang.
decision.
and they like, man, why did we choose this guy? You was like, bro,
Right.
I told you, I'm an artist.
I'm an artist.
I'm a dancer.
Sick. Y'all
Bio
saw me
major.
achieve a goal in real life, man. This mosquito has been tearing me up this whole meeting. I finally killed him. So y'all got to see it in real life.
Nice.
I had a goal. I set it, achieved
No,
it.
for real.
He still got
God,
me
I saw
like
you
3 or
looking at
4
it earlier.
times, man. Goodness gracious. Tearing me up.
I
Daytime
don't get why they do that.
mosquitoes.
Daytime.
Dang.
It's been raining a lot. They don't care.
Mm.
But yeah, nah, I gotta step out on the court sometime. I'm just too nervous too, for real. I don't know why I'm saying it on here. That's embarrassing. Nah, black and can't hoop is a disease that gets people every day. They just expect you to be able to hoop and
With your
dance,
height,
jump and jive.
yeah, people do expect you. 6'5".
Mhm.
I don't know why you don't
Yeah.
think tennis though. Like I would think, I mean, I guess stereotypes, but arm length, the span that you have, like an eagle,
Yeah,
yeah, tennis.
Yeah.
wingspan.
Like it makes sense. Tall
Mhm.
people playing tennis makes sense to me. I understand
Yeah.
basketball, but yeah.
It's just because it's more popular. I feel like
Yeah.
if because when I walk around like tennis facilities, they're like, "Oh, yeah, I bet you're great. Like you just reach your arms out and hit the ball, huh?" And I'm just like, "Yeah."
Right. You darn
So
near
it's like
could
when I'm
go
in the
for it.
people that play it, then yeah, they're like, "It's a good thing you play tennis." But when I'm not around a tennis facility, like, "Oh man, you should have played basketball. Why didn't you do that? Wasted." I'm like, "I didn't waste time. I'm a collegiate tennis athlete. Like, come on,
Right.
let's quit
We
playing.
still
Let's
fight.
stop playing."
Right. Yeah. Well, if you could instantly accomplish one goal with zero effort, we'll just go around. What would it be? If you could instantly accomplish a goal, no effort, what would it be? I'm gonna start off. You already know. It would definitely be losing weight. Being able to eat healthy, exercise. I can eat what I want to eat. Don't have to worry about it. Just, yeah, that's like the ultimate goal, I think, anyone. If it ain't weight and money, that's, those are like the main two goals of life. But
Yep.
I think I would want to
So,
just be able to lose weight instantly and just be done with it.
I
But
would say to be able
would
to
you?
retire right now, have enough money to just retire. Well,
Yes.
I gotta work no more. Done
yeah,
already at the ripe age of 26.
Facts.
I was
right.
gonna ask you, mom, though, but wouldn't you miss out on the whole journey?
No. I could do without the journey.
Like you think in the
Give me the
future,
result.
like even sitting around, you wouldn't be like, dang, I don't know. Okay.
Well, I
I
mean,
won't press on it too
I can
much.
still walk. I enjoy walking. I still walk, but at least
Yeah,
I do all the hard work and cut down all my calories to half. Oh, it's just all too much work.
true. Yeah,
And because once I get there, I gotta stay there. So yeah, I would
true.
still at
Mhm.
least getting there. Just get me there. Give me a head start, man. Because this having to walk downhill to get there is hard.
Yeah.
Colby.
I have a question, and it's not based off your character, because I think I know the answer to it. Like I'm pretty positive, but it just brings into question basically what I was thinking is, but if you did get to that level, like let's say you lost the weight instantly, will you have built the habits to maintain that level if you hadn't gone through the journey, like if you just got it for free? Because I was just watching a video the other day. This guy was talking about how if you gave $5,000 to everybody in the world, it will all end up in the top 1%'s hands again because nobody else besides them knows how to hold that money. Like they would just lose it. It wasn't 5,000, it was a bigger number. But he was
Yeah,
just basically saying that most people haven't learned the skills in order to maintain it. But
I
I just wanted
get
to
that.
ask you that.
I feel like I will be able to maintain the working out because I can work out like it's nobody's business. It's the
Mhm.
eating part. But I feel like if I got skinny, I would just I would force myself not to eat. Like I would be because I'm already expanding my horizons. So I'm eating more
Yeah.
vegetables. I'm trying nuts. I'm eating all types of stuff now. So
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. It doesn't relate to you. You just reminded me of a question
I think I have
because I already
access
know
to
you
enough of the
would.
knowledge that I would be able to do it. And I have resources, so I'd be able to get the right people in front of me to make sure I can maintain.
Yeah, because you're already in your journey too. Like, I know they don't know, the people watching don't know, but you've already been on this path for a
Mhm.
while now. So you've been
Yeah.
learning the ups and downs and everything.
Yeah.
So you definitely already have enough knowledge. I was just thinking,
Well, what would
Mhm.
yours be? If you could instantly get one, what would you instantly want?
probably to be an artist. I know that seems left field, but when my approach to this question is I don't want to do anything good, like anything not good in life, because then that sounds like I'm attacking D. Nah, I mean something like that's an active goal of mine. Like art isn't something that's really an active goal. It would just be nice. Like if I could just sit around and just draw pictures or something, like really good. Because I mean, I wouldn't even I could sell it then I guess to make some money, but I just want to be able to illustrate my thoughts. Because like when you're in the back of the car, like imagining some dude doing parkour across the street or something. It's like I want to be able to draw that. But
Okay.
yeah, I wouldn't do anything meaningful. Like tennis, I'm leaving that. Money, I'm leaving that. Or business, I mean, I'm leaving that because I want to go through those journeys and then I'll be able to teach my kids how to go through it. And I really just need the knowledge. Like I'm not partially through either of those. I just started trying to become like an entrepreneur and I just started getting good at tennis. So
Okay. I see that.
Good one.
Mhm.
Like that.
What about you, D?
thanks.
That's you, right?
Man, instantly.
Thank you.
Maybe my dream setup, like my dream camera setup. I think just having that would be cool.
You said dream camera?
Yeah, like the whole setup, like with the lenses and the
Okay.
body itself, the lighting equipment. That'd be cool.
Yeah, you could do something with that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think for me would be a vacation with all of us, somewhere memorable. I don't know where it would be though.
Canada, Christmas
I was gonna say,
2025.
Not that one. That's super attainable. I'm not saying that even my super dreams can't be attainable, but I'm saying somewhere that'll be like, man,
Like what?
I
Go
don't
to
know, Egypt.
Germany?
Egypt, go
Germany.
Oh,
pyramid,
Egypt.
yeah.
go
Go
see the
ride
pyramid.
camels
Go ride
in the
camels.
desert.
Yes.
That's on my bucket list.
Egypt, Saudi
Oh, they
Arabia,
don't think Egypt looks like
Dubai.
Nah,
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let's just talk about like ways to set yourself up for success. What do you guys think vision boards work, or like what's your best practice when you want to set yourself up for success in achieving a goal? I know for me, it is, like I said earlier, kind of writing things down. I do have a vision board. It's actually a bingo board. You guys have seen it. I think it's really cool
Mhm.
because I have different things on the bingo board. So as I achieve those goals, I can cross them off. And the motivation is for me to finally get bingo. I get bingo, I can treat myself to the spa. So it's like motivation to want to achieve things.
You must been hitting a lot of your goals. You've been going to the spa lately. So that's awesome.
You telling
Yeah,
on her.
right.
Yeah, your words. Chill on me, man. Chill on me.
See, I knew she was. That's funny.
Achieving goals and there's maintaining my sanity. So
Either way, you're going to go to the spa. Nah, that's good though. I like that. Making it fun and creative.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I haven't
Yeah, I
used the
thought you
vision
were
board
bored.
before.
you have not? Okay.
Well,
So
was
what's
thinking
your
about
way?
it.
How do you like achieving goals? What's your best practice for setup?
Maybe I need to change my previous answer and say I need to learn how to make goals. Instantly achieve learning how to learn.
Mhm.
Because yeah, I don't know. I'm still work in progress. I mean, I'm back on scheduling. I use the schedule you gave me, which is a big one, and then I use my miniature notebook as well to have a second schedule. And I just put my goals that I want to track like weekly in there. I don't really track monthly goals. I have a massive like my goal that's for the end of my senior year, and then like just general summer tennis goals, but I don't really have any like I don't have them written out, which I guess is a problem. But no, I have them written out. I just don't have them in my face every day.
I think that's the
Hmm.
first step. Write it
That's what you
down.
gotta do.
Like that's literally the first
So
step
you,
of achieving a goal is writing it down in my mind, in my opinion, as a best practice. But I'll let you guys speak on that. So what are your best practices?
Yeah, I believe writing it down um, definitely is good. I do have a vision board, but I did the whole clipping out with the magazines and everything, but I had so much going on it. And I think not achieving it probably caused like a feeling of rejection. So that made me look at the goals a different way, not want to look at them. So I'm still, like Ray said, I'm a work in progress because I've read a lot of books on it. I read a lot of magazines, and a lot of people on it. So, but now I'm trying to take all of that and make it mine. And I feel like it's never too late to write down goals, to achieve goals. So, it's all about what you think inside your mind and take the good with the good. Like the bingo works for her, and writing it down works for her, for your
Mhm.
mom. So, but I do believe in writing it down. That's pretty good. And I'll maybe try the vision board again because maybe that one didn't work, and maybe I have to do another vision board and find some things that make it a little bit more motivational. Because did you find like this is what your second or third vision board? Did you learn from your
I
first?
Yeah, I did them differently before. Either way, kind of to your point, I feel like you can either be super specific or just have like general intentions. Because when you're talking about cutting out pieces of a magazine and putting them on a vision board, to me that sounds like general intentions. Like, okay, I put a picture of a wallet, so I want to make money. Versus for me, because I'm type A, I'm very super specific. So it's like, okay, by March, I want to do this in order to make this. Or by March, I'm going to put, $1,000 a month away. So by March, I'll have $3,000. So I like more specific goals versus
Mhm.
just putting a picture. The very first year I did it, I think I put pictures up. So I was very general. And I don't think I achieved everything. And then I kind of modified it year by year. Whereas now with the bingo board, it's super specific. It's like I have to do this thing in order to even cross it off. So I think it can go both ways of again, whatever works for you.
I might steal that because it's not too late. That's my thing with vision boards is I was like feeling like I was too late because the year already passed. Me and my friends had talked about doing a yearly goal setting thing, but I just never ended up doing it, and none of us did. That was my thing is finding that person who motivates the whole group, but it's like maybe I got to be that person.
Yeah.
And I know I was
Mhm.
just talking about I try and motivate the group, but it's I also need somebody to motivate me. Shoot.
Well, they say you need people to pour into you. Like, who's the people that pour into you? Like, a
Mhm.
Yeah.
lot of the people that like the books and stuff that I read, the thing is about, then they tell you who pours into them. So, for instance, y'all probably been hearing me talk about Tony Robbins, or y'all hear him all the time. And I hear you guys used to make fun of me for playing him all the time in the car. But so what I'm
Make it
saying
good.
is, he said who his motivational dude was Jim Rohn. So that led, so just like so when you hear Jim Rohn talking about goals, he talked about being more specific. Whereas, and then he also talked about vision. So seeing it, seeing the vision with your eyes. So for me, when I say that vision, the Bible, I think is Habakkuk. I can't remember which scripture it is. In Habakkuk, it says, write it down plainly. So a lot of people, but I got that from Tony Robinson's mentor, which was Jim Rohn. So he expanded on it a little bit more. And to your point, Ray, like sometimes you have to find somebody to pour into you. That means you got to go searching for it. Because the Bible says, search and you shall find. You can't just depend on, just your tennis coach or whoever is motivating you. You gotta also maybe like that person that you came to your school motivation. I guarantee you that he's learned it from somebody, or you can use him as a point of reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I know not all goals have to be written down. D, you said you just had a goal to kill the mosquito.
Mosquito.
Just
So
set your intentions and just go for it.
Right.
go for it. So how do you go about achieving your goal? What's like best practice for? I know that was a perfect example. Just go for it. Are there any other ways that you do it?
I agree with writing it down, but also keeping it present. So just keeping it in front of you. Because like I have so many notes in my notes app, it's like just goals and goals and goals. But like if I don't see them, I could probably type in goals in like in the search bar, and there's probably so many different notes from like the past couple of years. But I think maybe setting it as my screensaver, like printing it out and having it not necessarily a vision board, but just having it like by the front door, in the mirror, just somewhere I see it every day. I think that makes it more like in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think also like what Dad said earlier, like your watch you make you cry. I think sometimes maybe tying something to your goal, because if you don't have any emotion behind it, it just becomes like I'll get to it whenever. Whereas if you have some sort of like tie, like, I want to achieve this goal because I want X, Y, and X, Y, and Z has some sort of like emotional pull, I think that'll make it easier to like stick with it when it's not easy to.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
How are you doing that? I know you're on a workout journey yourself. You want to get bigger.
yeah.
What is your motivation? Why are you even on this journey to get bigger? What's pushing you to do it every day?
Man, just for fun. Right now, I just want to see. 'Cause I never grew up. I grew up. Me, yeah, I grew up. Y'all grew up with me. Wait, I was never like an athletic type of dude. I was an artistic dude. So like, it wasn't until recently that I started caring about fitness and like wanting to have some sort of like physique. And I think just wanting to achieve that before 30, just to see how big I can get, just for fun, just to mess around, and then probably switching over to calisthenics, which I think is a little more functional. But really, just I would say once you start getting the compliments, honestly, once you work out to a point to where you start getting like recognized or recognition from individuals, I think that
Girls.
sort of motivates you to keep going.
Right.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah, yeah.
Right, is part of it because you attained it before? Because remember, you were like swole. You were on this mission. I forgot who you were working with, but he had this strict, whatever it was. You were on
Oh,
like,
pain,
yeah,
pain.
mission.
I think that's probably what the catalyst was.
Maybe
Pain.
trying to get back to like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
attain that again.
Yeah, that's the best, man. That's a good motivator right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So trying to get to that level of motivation or that level of passion, I guess, without necessarily going through what I went through again.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
But that
Now,
is a
how
good
are you
motivator.
keeping yourself accountable? Like, do you have what's making you stay on this journey? What's your accountability tip? Are you
Um,
self-motivated?
just having other homies, other friends that are also on the same sort of journey, reaching out to them. And I'm competitive too. So if any of my homies start, you know what I'm saying, stepping up, I'm like, oh man, let me
That's a
add
good one.
5. Let me add 10. Let me go ahead and
Good one.
up it up a little bit. Like, what? Yeah.
That's how it was when I was lifting with my friends. One
Yeah.
friend would get bigger, he got bulkier, but I would get stronger, and I didn't want to get stronger. Like, oh, it's cool that I can lift more than that guy,
I
Yeah.
want to
but he
look,
was
I
Yeah.
getting
want to show
bulkier.
it.
Aesthetics.
Right.
Right.
But now I know about, hey, I needed more protein. Like, that's one thing I've learned about you, Devin. Once you learn how to do something, you dig deeper into it. Like you go,
Yeah.
like your mom. That's what Ray was saying about your mom. She counts her calories. She has the strict discipline, and she's gonna do it. You know,
Yeah.
and she knows when she's off her strict discipline too. But like you, the same way. Like you write down what you're supposed to do. I'm not that way. You know. So, but I have to get that way. But I do commend both of y'all for being disciplined where you write it down. And I'm pretty sure Brianna and Raymond, y'all both college athletes. Y'all coaches write it down, but then following through is something different, you know.
Yeah. I like to write mine down too. Yeah. Write it down. I was even looking back to like that notebook when you had us writing stuff, Tony Robbins, where he'd be like, write down the most like unrealistic stuff. Whatever comes to your mind, first thing, just write down where are you in 10 years? Then where are you? What are you doing? I'm reading over at the personal development thing he had us do, like, where are you? And then right next to it, how many years how many years are you going to do this? How many years? So I do like writing it down because it's cool looking back too. Write it
Mhm.
down, like mommy said, like, how am I going to achieve it though? But yeah, writing it down is good so you can see it. But I also don't like
Yeah.
that's because I'm not type A or type, I don't know if I would which one I would put, but I'm type A when it comes to like if I don't achieve something, I like to keep doing it until I have it done. It just I don't like having too many open tabs. So if I want to do this, I want to stick with it. That's the other thing. I don't try to put too many on the table. Like I don't like doing too much. Like
Yeah.
do this, and do this. Like, okay, I'm just gonna do this one thing
Mm-hmm.
to completion, then I'll open another tab because I just feel
I do
overwhelmed.
that. I'll start something until I get it where I know I'm good at it. Then I can add something else on. Okay,
Yeah,
I got both of these. I'm good at both of these. Now I can add something else on. Yeah, I definitely like to take it step by step.
yeah. That's what but even the writing down part, I think Daddy, you were the one that told us I have it written down here, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2 through 3, write down the revelation and make it plain on tablets so that
Ah,
whoever reads it may run with it. So write it down. Write it down. Write your
Yeah.
goals down.
That is the key. Um, that I guess unpopular opinion, but do you feel like it's okay not to have a goal? Like it's ever okay to not have a goal? And why or why not? Like I know back in our day it was always, what's your 5-year goal? What's your 10-year goal? Like that's just a thing, but is it okay not to have a goal? What do you guys think?
At what age though, too?
yeah.
What age
Yeah.
are we talking? Like, have you already achieved some? Or like where you just like,
Are you
I
taking a
don't know.
break? What's going
Right?
on?
So you should always be achieving something, trying to achieve something. Is that
Yeah.
Some purpose in a way. Like just have a purpose for your life, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you should just be chilling. I mean, there's nothing wrong with rest, but even rest is you did something to it. What are you resting for? Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, I guess because I'm older, so I'm like, when I get to retirement, I don't really want to do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
That's
it's
what
the
that,
they
like I
all
said,
goal.
it's
say.
age. I think it's age dependent for sure. Like if you're younger,
Mhm.
you're older. But I
True.
started once you brought up the pop the balloon thing. It's like okay, if met like another 25-year-old man, and he's like, I'm like, oh, what's your like 3-year plan? Like, oh, actually, I think I want to be a rapper, but then I also want to be an engineer. I don't know, I want to do this. And it's like, okay, what are
Mhm.
you doing? Where's
Yeah.
your life headed?
Pop.
Right, Pop.
Crazy
But
combo.
just
Yeah.
thinking about it, yeah, it's like, I mean, that's okay. Like Devin said, it's like, it's okay to be in that period of like, I don't, I'm thinking right now, I don't know what I want for my life. Cause I mean, I feel lost sometimes too. Like, I actually don't know what I want. So think, hold yourself. But maybe in one area where I don't know, I still have a goal where I'm like, well, I still want to be healthy though. So that's my goal then. Maybe I don't know what I want for my career life, but I know I want to weigh this much by this time. So some goal, I'm still doing something, some purpose in some area. I mean, you're multifaceted. So it's something going on somewhere that you're working on.
Yes, that's the operative word
I
right
like
there.
that.
We are multifaceted because it can be financial, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, yeah, lots of different goals that you can definitely set.
I'm definitely in agreement with that. Devin, do you have company? I think I hear see a shadow or I see somebody in your back.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
We're gonna start
Oh,
wrapping this up. So
no, he trying to make sure nobody broke into your house.
House, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I can't help you, but hey,
Hey,
don't
I'll
be
just jump off the
recording with somebody
balcony.
behind you.
Yeah.
I always got my eyes on, boy.
Appreciate y'all for the backup, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I do. Yeah.
well, to wrap this segment up, I do have one last question. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice about goals, what would it be? So everybody think about your younger self. And this is kind of cool because we have a young, little Ray here can hear what you guys would have told yourself or what we would have told ourselves years ago. So
Baby.
what'd you say?
Nah,
Huh?
I said
Called him a
baby.
baby.
Oh, the
Baby.
baby.
I'm not a baby.
No, baby boy.
So if you could give your younger
Man.
self one piece of advice about goals, what would it be?
I think like what y'all said earlier, tying it to something. I think having some sort of emotional pull is important. Because without that, you might just wake up and be like, whatever, I'll get to it whenever.
Yeah.
So I think having some sort of emotional tie to that goal is important. I think Dad said that or Ray said that. I forget who. I think that your watch should make you cry. Yeah.
Yeah, Dad said that.
I would say
He
give yourself
credited
a
me.
time frame and know that you can pivot. Give yourself grace to pivot. So
Grace to pivot is
definitely
nice.
have a time frame, but then also give yourself grace to pivot. That's what I would say to my younger self. Because I don't think I gave myself too much grace on anything. It was always, as you see my life, well, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta finish college in 4 years. Everything was just, my whole life was systematic. Gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do that. So give yourself grace, give yourself the ability to pivot and have a time frame. Like, okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of along the lines of that, like, because be okay if things don't go that way.
Mhm.
There's been plenty of times like, oh, I'm gonna graduate in 4 years, but I got a COVID year, then I got a red shirt year, and then because I was in college so long, a PT program opened up. Like, who would have known? Like, what's the likelihood of that? And I got accepted where I wasn't accepted in other places. So things just happen where I'm like, no, I want to graduate in 4. I want to go to Florida. I want to do this, and nothing went to plan. It's like, write your goals down, but be okay. Be okay with God's plan at that point.
Yeah. Now that's a perfect
None of
tap back
that.
to the maybe. You know,
Maybe I thought
Right.
graduate in 4
that's
years.
what I thought of.
Maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, because of this happened. Yeah. That's good.
Right.
Yeah, I tell myself I wish I would have been more disciplined. But like you're saying, I look back now and I did do a lot of pivoting. But
So what would you tell your
to
younger self? Would you tell your
be
younger
more
self to be
disciplined,
disciplined?
But to what Brianna's saying, if I would have finished college in this time, if I would have done this and this and this and this and that, life would have probably been different for me.
Mhm.
So I'm okay with it, but learning that discipline is a key. I think that
So
is.
what would you tell your younger self
I
so
would
that
tell
he would do it?
I would tell myself to be more disciplined and like you said, be okay. I don't think we was using the word pivot back then and there, but I would tell myself to be more disciplined.
Okay. Now, Ray, I know
What do
you
you
are young, but what would you tell your younger self?
Yeah. Be more social about my goals, I think, is what I would say.
I
Because
like
that's so far when I've been the most successful is when I rally with others. Like when I was getting up at 5 a.m. when I said, okay, guys, let's record videos every morning. Like that's when I hit it 2 weeks in a row. Like I was clean. And then as the group chat started dying down, as my soldiers were falling around me, that's when I crumbled. So be more social.
Yeah.
Are there some soldiers on this call?
right.
Right.
I
One
was
of them,
gonna
the
say,
other one
or maybe
was
you have to get.
backup. He was
Better.
with
I was a
the
backup soldier.
no, not you. I'm talking about
Oh.
D. He was just moral support. He was the medics or something.
Yeah.
Every
I don't
night
think
he
he
played
would
the
ever came
drums,
one
pass the
bro.
time. Did he even
baton.
come one time?
Nope. That's what I'm saying. He would
Nah.
pass the baton. He would be up at 5 a.m.
I
Go to
stay up till
sleep.
5, so y'all keep going. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
I'll stay up to make sure y'all wake up, and then I'll
Yeah,
go
you're
to
there to wake everybody up and tell them good night.
right.
There was one time, I texted in the group chat. I said, "Good morning, guys. Let's get it. Let's grind." And then D sent like a muscle emoji or something. I'm like, "Oh, D's up. Dang, okay." And then he said, "No, I'm going to bed." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Wild.
Sleep schedule is cooked.
I feel like I helped
Man.
wake you up a couple times though. I was a fallen soldier.
You helped me one time. You were supposed to call me more often, but you never did. I was
Some
talking to Mom
hours
about
I
that. I
wake
was
up
like, "What happened?"
7
Right.
a.m. was the earliest I could do.
Yeah, I ain't no help
That's
with that one.
fine.
I'm trying to get
Yeah,
up now. I'm
5.
trying to get up at 6. Man, that's hard. Kudos to you. 'Cause
Yeah.
my
Honestly,
natural
no, for real.
circadian rhythm ain't till 8 o'clock. So
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
I think this has been good. Hopefully, this is helping you out there to have conversations about goal settings and just different mindsets to think about. Don't forget about maybe. The answer could be maybe. So, hey, take it as it comes. Now, y'all know I always like to wrap up with just some odd news. So, in the odd news, current events, there was the tallest dog met with the shortest dog. They had a play date. So it was what was it?
Great Dane.
A Great
Some
Dane
type of
and a
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua. So a
Mhm.
7-year-old Great Dane met up with a 4-year-old Chihuahua, and they had a play date. And I guess the Great Dane is like a big baby, so he was playing with the little Chihuahua like he was just another Great Dane.
It was put on by the Guinness World
Yeah.
Record.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Got
Yeah.
hurt. It was pretty cool.
Team Big Dog. I think everybody out here is Team Big Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Except for,
Little dogs for me.
I think Ray
Yeah, little
too.
dog.
Not Chihuahua though.
Bass
They're not
and
nice.
they're not, I guess not little, medium dog.
That's a hound medium, yeah.
Little
Rottweiler family,
like a teacup.
mount up.
That's crazy.
Yep. We have to get
That whole
Roddy's.
section.
No, teacup for me. So all good. Purse dog.
Me and mom are gonna chill.
You want like a cockapoo.
Yeah.
You want
But
them
I don't like
poops.
mom's dog. Never mind. We're not team. Me and mom are separate, and then it's y'all three. I can't
My
stand
dog against your
cockapoo.
dog.
Basset Hound versus cockapoo.
Right.
Next time we get on here, we gotta, if Devin still has his dog, we like to see a picture of him. See what type of
You
dog he
gotta
has.
show the people. You gotta show the people.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta show the people your dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be
Didn't they
gone,
show
but
it? Didn't
yeah,
they show it last
Right,
episode?
right.
we did.
I seen the Instagram. I
Oh,
was gonna
okay,
say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
All
cool.
right,
On Instagram.
guys. Well, I hope everyone has a great rest of the week, and I will see you all next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya.
All right, beautiful
Bye.
people.
See y'all. Peace.
Yeah.